Every day I start this vlog, I feel like it's snowy, but we got 5 inches of snow last night. I'm over at Jenna's place, and the business across the street actually lets me park my car there because he really appreciates both my builds, so that's really cool. They actually went ahead and shoveled me out this morning. Today I have planned to kind of hopefully fix the fuel issue in this car. I think it's a fuel delivery problem, which is one reason why it has such a hard time starting in the morning. Nope, not gonna go. I'm gonna do something today that I think might help. I don't know if it's gonna do a lot, but it will help tidy up the engine bay and maybe fix our starting problem. Every day I have to like pump the gas pedal to put some fuel into it, crank it, nothing. This takes me at least on average 6 to 10 times to get this car started every single day. Damn it. Come on, Prelude. Turn on. Yes! That was easily try number 20. That was so difficult to start, so what a good day to actually get this done and hopefully fix this problem and put it behind us. I need to go get some coffee, which would just be traditional. That's how I always start my vlogs. I also have to go deliver some merch because you homies are supporting the channel, and I am forever grateful for that, guys. Link in the bio if you want to head to the website and support the channel at all. And then we're gonna go ahead and get started on today's video. Yeah, you're going the wrong way, bro. That's the enter, not the exit, but okay, that works too. Enter. Thank you. Wait, can you just take my merch so I don't have to go to the post office? Just pull over real quick, please. I just want to thank Matt and Kevin for picking up merch off the website. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting. The car was off, and now that it's warmed up, it should turn on first try fine. No problems. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas on what it might be, please put it down in the comments below. This is the first time I've ever worked on a car this old, so I'm learning as I go, but I'm sure some of you guys have some knowledge on this and maybe have some ideas of what I can try to help with the starting issue, but comments down below. Let's go to the old Walmart. Car guys will understand. It's good to get a nice walk in. Get your daily exercise, boys. Picked up a towel, which I will show you what that's for. I got some 3M double-sided tape, and I also picked up a shit ton of Walmart flyers that I'll also show you what that's for. Yesterday, Jen and I went snowboarding, and we had a gallon of water in the back, and when we were trying to fit the snowboards in, the entire gallon of water spilled all over this seat. It is still pretty wet. I'm just basically going to lay down a towel and some newspaper to hopefully soak up some of this moisture. Nothing crazy, but I took a couple towels, laid those down first, put some newspaper over it to help pull the moisture up, and then I just put a towel on top to keep the newspaper from flying around. It's gonna pull the moisture out of the car, hopefully, and the towel should pull it up from the seat themselves, but I guess we'll see how that comes out. So let's see if we can deal with this fuel line. Got some tools here. Ooh, my emblem's kind of loose. This is the fuel filter that is in the engine bay that I replaced just about a month ago. It actually still looks like it's in good shape. This was leaking on this end. This was too tight, so I ended up just cutting it down and reattaching it, and now it doesn't seem to be leaking or anything. I think one issue why the fuel is having a hard time getting to the engine is like, look at all this line here. When it's kind of like tucked in there and stuff, there's a lot of bends to the line, and like as you can see here, or maybe you can't see, but it goes up and then comes down and then goes back up and then goes back down. I think that is just creating too much confusion for the fuel, so it's having a hard time getting from here to here. So what I'm gonna do is cut down all this extra slack here, and I'm pretty much just gonna mount this, maybe like an inch or two of rubber right here, and hopefully that will get rid of all this extra slack that's kind of keeping the pressure from moving into the engine. I'm gonna go ahead and untwist this like that. There we go. So I just noticed something else too. So the fuel line that goes back towards the fuel tank is actually covered in a little bit of fuel. I don't know if you guys can see that too well right there. You can see it's kind of black and basically wet from fuel. That means there's a small leak there, and I'm assuming that this hose probably just needs to be replaced entirely.
A few moments later.
I got some new 5/16 fuel line and some new clamps. So I'm gonna start by just basically disassembling everything from here back to that point that I showed you earlier. Now we got this nasty hose line out. Let's go ahead and replace it with the new one. Now you can see the new fuel line going underneath all this, whereas before it was wrapped all the way around here. Now it's just about 2 inches of line there, right there. This thing's not moving at all. And about 3 inches of line right there. Let's see if it starts up. Perfect. And a steady idle. Look at that. What? This thing is full of fuel now, whereas before it barely filled up. But that seems to be working great. So this is the other thing I wanted to install today. This actually came on the Prelude when I bought it. Now that I've heated it up, allowed it to kind of reform itself because it was sagging a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and take this tape off. Voila, nice and clean. Now we just need to throw some double-sided tape kind of along this edge here, and then we'll go ahead and mount it up there. One more little tip here. So before you go ahead and mount it, or this goes for anything you're using like double-sided tape for, peel the corners back a little bit so that way they all stick out like that. As you can tell, I had to do this in multiple pieces. When you go ahead and mount it, all you do is just pull these out, but that allows you to pick it up and move it if you need to make sure it's centered before you actually mount the piece fully. Not too bad. Just gives it like one more little line. It's a small thing, but for me, I just think it makes it look a little bit better. I'm actually thinking now that this wasn't even made for this car because it lifts up quite a bit here and it kind of wants to like move this way, so I keep having to like push it forward to get it to stick. This is only temporary. This thing's gonna get wrapped, painted, dipped, something very soon. So lastly, the only thing I wanted to do was actually remount my Surikawa. Before I had it in the car, I had it kind of just like hanging right off of that, and I don't really have a whole lot of options to hang it up anywhere else. The only other place I was thinking is do it like the true JDMs do and mount it on this bar here, which would basically have it sitting on the ground. I mean, it would pretty much be literally dragging. So what do you guys think? Full JDM or put it inside? I can't decide. I don't know. It's not really a drift car, so I don't really know if I want to put it on the outside, but there's just not a lot of mounting options for in here. Figured out how to finally get this thing in the center of the windshield, and it's like not in the way of the passenger, it's not in the way of the driver. I took off my Broadway mirror, which I'm gonna put back on in a second. Basically wrapped a key ring around there. It's a little stretched out now, but it's on there. And then I wrapped and screwed the Surikawa onto that. So that way it's facing forward, and again, it's out of the way. Let's go ahead and throw this Broadway mirror back on. Sick. I love this sticker. Thank you, Dana Senpai. Damn, JDM is fuck. Mirror fits, everything works. This hangs nice and perfectly. It's not going anywhere. I'll show you guys what it looks like from the outside. I think that looks pretty dope, to be honest. I think I might change the color of the Surikawa later on, but sits nice and center in the car, facing forward with that new roof spoiler thing. This is what I'm talking about though, guys. See, you can kind of see like in there, it's kind of lifting up a bit, so maybe not permanent. Maybe I'll do 2 layers of tape, but I don't think it's going anywhere. Give this video a big like if it helped you out or inspired you. Comment down below if you have any suggestions on mods or what I can do to fix the fuel problem in this thing. I think it might be working now, but we'll see. As always, guys, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.
Get to me in a dream, like a subconscious front of me.